Push the button. No, you pushed the button. Oh, you pushed the button.
Not the weird one.
Oh. Why? I
Can't stop me.
Don't push the button.
Can't stop me.
So what was your question, Brian? What was your spontaneous question that I want you to repeat now that we're sound checking?
Which weighs more, the Eiffel Tower? No. My question was, we were talking about the clickers of the week, and how does one become eligible to be a clicker of the week?
Great question, Brian. April.
Thank you.
Clicker of the week is selected randomly through a sophisticated algorithm that we have designed in tandem with NASA engineers to pull from our list of supporters at the Comedy Click. And you become a member of the Comedy Click at johnbranion.com. And then once you're a supporting member, then your name gets added to the list and it gets pulled up at random. And then your name gets mentioned during the show. And there are two. Yeah, awesome. During the show.
I feel like NASA ought to sponsor this show.
I feel like they should too.
You have engineers in the Bahamas?
Probably. I don't know where all the engineers are actually located.
Oh, you said NASA. I thought you said Nassau.
Oh, so, NASA. Yeah.
So let me see if I got this right. You're telling me that I could become a clicker of the week by supporting the show by going to johnbranion.com and signing up to be a click member.
That is exactly what I'm telling you, Brian. Wow. April.
Oh,
wow.
I did not know that. That is weird, wild stuff. My guest is John Branion at johnbranion.com. We're talking about clickers of the week, and you can go ahead and go and check out johnbranion.com. Sign up to be a click member, and you too could have your name read live on the air.
Yeah, well, it's the click members that keep the show on the air. I mean, without their generous support, we would be. We'd be doing other things on Sunday night.
Wait, you're saying that you're not
working,
pulling in tons and tons of money through quarantine, doing nothing? What?
No, I'm not. I'm sitting at home hasn't really been as profitable as I predicted it would be when my calendar fell apart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a shock to me because I thought, well, sure, the calendar is dried up and I don't have any shows to do, but probably the income is going to be unchanged, but it turns out it hasn't been.
That's crazy. Well, that is wild and fascinating. Let's kick it over to our house band, JT Oaks and the SCQS Party 5. I don't know who the fifth member is, but they're there. Take it away.
Yeah, do what What's His Face said.
What do you say?
Share the link. Share the link. Share the link.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Share the link.
Share the link. Are you ready for the show?
Let me type it.
Don't jinx us, Rachel.
Share the link.
Share the link.
Should probably. I'm just gonna put it in the chat.
Share the link.
Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link.
Brian beat you to it. All right, I'm going backstage.
Bye.
Okay.
Have a good show.
Oh.
Right back at you.
We will.
You have a good show too. Share the link, share the link, share the link, share the link. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome to SCQS. My name is John. I'm your host. To my immediate right is Brian April.
Hello.
And he is broadcasting from the sound booth where they recorded Boston's last album.
Yes. Back in 1984.
1984.
Yeah. And I'm not inside where you would actually record. I'm actually in behind the board. So
to my immediate down underneath is John Thomas Oakes, or JT, as he's come to be called, wearing a Glenn Kaiser t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Good old Glenn.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Anybody that can say what band Glenn Kaiser was famous for. First person to say that will get a shout out from Brian April.
The Kaiser Roll 5.
No.
Close.
Oh.
No. Anybody? Nope. But Glenn Kaiser was the front man and the founder of a rather famous band.
Yeah.
In some circles. And if you put that band name in the comment section, we will give you a shout out from Brian April in a character of your choice.
Yeah,
Res Band. That's exactly right.
Oh, the Riz Band. All right.
Yeah.
That is send a shout out to what's his face. I don't know what his name is, just what's his face. And Julia King. That is correct. Weird and wild, wacky stuff here on SCQS.
Mm-hmm. The Bee Gees.
Well, he's got a G in his name, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's a good guess.
Alice Cooper's always a good guess on this show.
Absolutely.
If you're uncertain, just say Alice Cooper, and there's a
Yep.
good chance that you'll be in the ballpark.
One of my lifelong
with-
dreams. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and same with Alice from the Brady Bunch. Ann B. Davis. So
That's true,
Alice
too.
Cooper, Ann B. Davis.
Mhm.
The Alice connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say one of my lifelong dreams is to sit in on Alice Cooper's Sunday school class because he does teach Sunday school. He is the son of a Lutheran pastor.
Does he teach Sunday school like on a weekly basis?
Last I heard, he was still teaching. Yeah. So
Where does he
wild
teach?
and weird, right?
Where does he
At
teach?
at his church.
Right, but where's that at?
I have no idea.
You know? You don't know? Okay.
Probably Detroit if the Wayne's World movie's accurate.
Well, that would be a thing that we could send you to. You know how we send Juwan out to do stuff? We could send you to Sunday school class with Alice Cooper, and you could broadcast from there.
That'd be amazing. I'm not worthy.
That'd be fantastic.
And then we could get a picture of his nose live and just like pull.
Do Proboscis of Rock. Yeah. We also need to get Glenn Kaiser on this show now to do something. I don't even know how to get a hold of him.
Box guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd probably do it.
What did? What was
of course he would.
What was Res Band famous for? What was their famous song?
They had a lot of them.
They had a lot of great songs. Like American Dream was a big one.
I think I've never heard
Color.
of that. Check it out.
Let's see, Colors. Probably the biggest hits were on that SOS album in the 80s.
Right.
They had a lot of airplay in the 80s on the SOS album.
Other piece of trivia. I was not a Resurrection Band fan at all.
Oh,
my friend.
That hurts my heart.
This will be the last that we see JT. But yeah, I was a Petra fan, and Resurrection Band was at the same time as Petra, and I didn't. They were harder rock than I cared for. So
yeah.
Are we gonna? We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room, or that's not in the room. Juwan DeVivo was here, and we were going to do a full hour doing a tribute to the passing of Humpty from the Humpty Dance, Digital Underground, and we were going to do the full hour on it, and we had all sorts of things said, but he's not here, so I guess we'll just have to
postpone.
Yeah,
he's out doing his. Juwan, Dave Pendleton says "Love Comes Down." That was actually the Res Band song that I did kind of like. So
yeah,
I'm glad you were here, Dave.
Number.
That's Dave Pendleton. What's up, Dave?
At the telephone line. Better not play too much. We'll get flagged.
No, you should do it. Just play the chorus. Do you know the chorus?
Yeah. Because when you lose, you win. That's the way it is. That's when the love comes down. That's when the love comes down.
Yeah. There we go.
Great.
All right. So there you go. Yep. We're flagged now.
It was the same riff as Whole Lotta Rosie by AC/DC. That's another little trivia question. Yep.
Well, Juwan's not with us tonight. He is out playing his little guitar with his little band on the road, and he'll be back with us next week. That's the plan, at least. And so I've got Juwan up behind me somewhere, and I can never get it right. He's back there somewhere. So he's watching over us. And gosh, we've got a gigantic show tonight. You may be wondering how big the show is. Well, if this is our typical show, Tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is a large unicorn. That is that's crazy. I don't know
It's
why I'm doing Johnny Carson today. I have no idea. It's just happening. I apologize. It's just coming out. I'm sorry.
Johnny's great.
And before we go any further, we've got to take a minute and we've got to acknowledge our clickers of the week.
Woo! We ready for the song?
I'm ready.
Some people like to walk out in the rain without their slickers. We love that too, but most of all, we're crazy about the clickers.
This week's clickers of the week, in unison and in no particular order, are
Just clean
Just
Christine and Christine. So thank you to Josh and to Christine, and those are our clickers of the week.
Woo!
So if you see them on the streets, stop them, shake their hands, and if you are carrying any mints, offer them one.
Testaments.
Yeah.
Offer
Preferably
them
a wrapped mint too. You don't
Yeah.
want the unwrapped ones. You want the
No.
wrapped mints.
Like
Well-
the bowl of wedding mints you see.
Yeah.
At a wedding and everybody's had their fingers in them.
Yeah, you want the wrapped ones.
Yeah.
Those are the only mints that I like. The butter mints. Is
Ooh,
that what they're called?
very
Yeah.
good.
And I would I'll take a buttermint even from somebody's pocket. I don't care if they haul it out of their pocket or the bottom of their purse. Look, there's Christine. There's Christine. Give her a mint.
Hi, Christine.
You get a mint, and you get a mint,
and
Josh
you
gets a
get a
mint.
mint. And the mints are under the seat of your car.
That's right.
We had a couple of requests last time we played Story Salad. It was super fun, and some people said we should play Story Salad again. And so we're going to. We're not going to play a full game of Story Salad. We're just going to play one random round of Story Salad. And John Thomas Oakes is going to tell us how this works.
All right. I pick a card from the Story Salad deck.
Ta-da!
There's an actual deck. There's an actual game.
Are those available online?
They are at the
Where
the
can we
game-
get these?
Yeah.
thegamecrafter.com. Thegamecrafter.com, and it's called Story Salad. And the deck looks like this. It's got all this original artwork by my brother of all these different vegetables and different poses. And so I'm just going to draw a random one, and it will have a topic on it, and we're all going to tell a story about that topic. Sound good?
Yes,
good.
but what happens if we can't think of a story, John Thomas?
can't
What's our
think of a-
penalty?
Hey, there's no penalty because there's no losers in this game.
What?
Everybody wins because you just tell a story from your life about the category. And if you can't think of one, you just draw another card. And there's
But isn't-
52 of them.
Isn't there shame or embarrassment attached to it?
No, there's no shame at all.
Hmm.
Unless you want to add that rule. If you want to add the shame rule, you can do it. Some
All right.
people
Story
like that.
salads are always better with shame.
Yeah,
Not
some
a
people-
shame.
Sure.
You fiercely competitive people.
So I drew an olive walking his dog, and the category is a pet.
A pet.
Yeah. Can any of you think of a good pet story?
Mhm. I do have a pet story.
Okay, good.
So do I go
for it.
first
You
because
go
I'm first?
If you thought of it first, you go first.
Okay. I had I've actually got a couple of pet stories that are fairly short. The first one is when I was about 7 years old, my brother and I got a gift from our uncle at Christmas time. Now, the thing about uncles at Christmas time is they will give their nephews gifts based on the fact that they don't have to actually live with the nephews when the gifts go home. And so you get the greatest gifts from your uncle at Christmas time because he gives you things that he would like to have himself. And so he gives you like race cars. We got a racetrack from him one year that had these, it was gigantic and had these big plastic tracks with high bank curves. And the little cars had a pit stop that you cranked. You put them in this thing and you cranked it and it wound up the cars and you set them on the track and they would just go. And then you had to, when they started to run down, you had to kind of watch and pull them off the track and crank them up again. It was super cool. But the pet story is my uncle got my brother and I each little tiny lizards for Christmas. Like we opened them up and they were those like plastic aquariums, and they had two little lizards in there, and the top was on them and the holes were punched in the top. And my mother was like, "What did you get them? Well, you got them lizards. What are we going to do with those?" And he would just laugh. And so we took them home from my grandmother's house. And we set them up on the table in the dining room, and we wanted to look at them. You know, it's a pet. Like lizards are no fun unless you handle them. And so the lizards were sitting on this branch inside the aquarium, and my brother and I carefully lifted the lid off, and we could see both the lizards sitting there. They were only a couple inches long, little teeny green lizards. And we opened up the lid, and we went to reach in to get the lizards, and it looked like they just disappeared. I mean, they were sitting there, and then they just went poof and disappeared. We didn't see them run. We didn't see them jump. We just saw lizards sitting there, and then poof, they were gone. And we never saw them again. They just vanished. And so fast forward to probably 6 or 8 years later, and we were getting some we were getting some new furniture in, and so we had an area rug in the living room, and we went to roll that area rug up so that we could slide the new furniture in, and underneath that area rug we found one of the lizards, and it was completely flattened and dehydrated.
Oh no.
It was like the width of a piece of paper. Still in the perfect shape of a lizard, and I used it as a bookmark.
Oh man, that's
You still have it?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't still have it. I lost it again. So, but we only found one of them. We didn't find the other one.
Oh, wow.
And so that's my pet story.
funny.
Awesome.
So,
well, I heard one recently. This wasn't my pet, but it was a great story. Every Wednesday night we go under a bridge, and there's a big homeless community down there, and we feed them. And there's one section of under there where there's a prayer table where you can go pick up a Bible and ask for prayer. And the guy who runs the prayer table is just a prince of a guy, and his name's Sam Bean. And Sam was telling me about a pony he had when he was growing up. He said it was so tame that they didn't even keep it in a corral. It just stayed in their front yard. And it was like a dog. It would come and whenever they called, and they would ride it around. And he said that his dad had a bluegrass band, and they'd have musicians over to play on the front porch, and that pony would walk up and stick his chin right on the porch and listen to the music. And said they loved that pony so much they even made it a little hat with holes in the hat for his ears to come through. It was like a straw hat. And he said when we got to be teenagers, there was a dance hall about 3 miles down the road. And he said one night we decided to ride that pony down to the dance hall. Said so we rode it down there, and we got off and left him out in front and just assumed he'd stick around, but he just took off for home, went right back home. And so he said we had to walk back home after the dance. And he said we were bemoaning this fact to my dad. And my dad said, well, next time you do it, next time you go to the dance hall, one of you stay outside with him, and then the other go in and get him an RC Cola and bring it back out and give it to him, and he'll wait on you. And so he said, sure enough, the next weekend we rode that pony down. One of us stayed out there with him, and I went in and got a bottle of RC and fed it to the pony. He said he drank it all. We went in and danced, and we came back out, and he was standing right there waiting on us.
did it have to be RC, or would he take a Pepsi?
He would have probably taken a Pepsi.
So what do you think, Brian? You got a pet story?
I do. I have a pet story. Hey, David, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. And welcome to everybody that's here from Facebook. You can also check us over at YouTube, John Branyan and Brian and Comedy Brian on YouTube. Check us out. Give us a sub, all that sort of stuff. Growing up, we've all had pets. Being at my house, Mama Buttcracker, as we all affectionately call her now.
That was from our last story salad, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. Buttcracker, the infamous Buttcracker story. Buttcracker! So Mama Buttcracker, at one point we had 11 cats.
Wow.
And then, we would basically foster them and adopt them off. But, we all had that. The real story is, it was a neighborhood pet. We moved to a place called Shirley, Massachusetts, and we lived in a neighborhood, and there was a goose, a wild goose, that became the neighborhood pet. And that goose terrorized the whole neighborhood. Like, I I have never seen. I have been chased by that goose. I don't know how many times. It didn't matter if you're an adult or a kid, but to see a pack of kids being chased by a goose and running for their lives in terror. And it was a daily thing. You would just get out of you would pull up in the car and you would look around and locate the goose because it was like a movie. It was like a movie. You just had a certain amount of time, like you're trying to outswim Jaws or something. And this thing would just terrorize everybody. And it was a summer of terror, the summer of the goose. And
oh, that's a movie waiting to happen. You need to write that script, Brian.
It was just, we'll just put some like nice evil theme, dark theme music to it. And that thing terrorized everybody. And we tried to be nice and throw bread at it. And nope, it just hated everybody. Yeah, you could go out there with a broom and it would still just, nope. So yeah.
I would love to take a gander at that.
Good one, Jim.
That was the best summer ever. If you hate children and you like watching them being attacked by wild animals.
Did you ever try giving the goose RC Cola?
I did not. I did not know that RC Cola was a animal sedative, and so you got the geese mafia up there. Absolutely. So yeah, they are vicious. That's all I'm telling you. So
they have. Well, the truth is that if you have ever spent time around a lake. Like we spent time around the lake every summer, and my grandmother's cottage, and swans are just super fierce in the springtime when they have little ones. And so from the springtime up until about toward midsummer, as the goslings get old enough that they can kind of be out on their own. But I'm telling you what, we had more than one occasion, basically every summer, that for a few weeks when the little ones were around, and the swans, you'd see them out there on the lake, and people who didn't know any better, like visitors would come with us. Like, oh, the swans are so beautiful. Can we get closer? We're like, we're not going to get close, because they'd rear up and they're like, and they just come right at you, and they'll peck the boat. They'll destroy the motor on a boat. We had my brother tells a story about being in a rubber raft out on a pond. This wasn't at the lake, but he was on a pond, and he was still dating his wife, and so they were out on the pond, and a swan comes into the pond, and she was like, "Oh, look, the swans, aren't they lovely?" And it came right across the pond at him, and he had to take the paddle, and he was banging on the swan with the paddle.
Wow.
That's spectacular.
Yeah. So I believe the goose. Yeah. Feed them. It's amazing. He still has his fingers. Yeah. He would feed them. He's that. All right. Any other pets? Anybody ever did you ever have sea monkeys when you were a kid?
Oh yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been more disappointed by a pet than sea monkeys?
Maybe a pet rock.
So small.
Maybe a pet rock.
Maybe the pet rock. Maybe the pet rock. I mean,
you can put the pet rock in the sea monkey tank. Did you know that?
That's true.
Yeah. The magazine. Remember the magazine ad for the sea monkeys?
Oh yeah.
And they looked like little people. Yeah. They had little flippers, and it was a whole family, a mom and dad and a little kid. And you're like, I want to get this. I want these. I can. It looks like you could make friends with the kid. I mean, the kid in the family. He had a ball bat over his shoulder, and he's like, we could play ball together. And so you order it, and it comes in, and it's like a little package like that, and then you start to get suspicious. You're like, wait a minute.
And then you take the pet rock, and that becomes like the asteroid of the sea monkey world, and you just drop it in and watch their world collapse.
Yep.
Armageddon for the sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys was a soul-crushing reality. It was an important lesson about advertising, and
weren't those always in the same ads as the X-ray specs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Christine, just so you're aware, you were wrong with that. So,
yeah, you are.
You were.
Two of us were born in the 60s.
Right. I was born in the 60s. When were you born, Brian?
I was born in 1973.
73.
Oh,
he's just a baby.
It was a very good year.
He's just a child. All right. We're going to play a game tonight that we need your help with, people at home, because we've played this before, but it's been a while. And this is a little game that we like to call dramatic definitions. And how it works is it was hypothesized by somebody years ago that that if you are a good actor, if you're an interesting speaker, then you could make reading the dictionary interesting. Maybe you've heard somebody say that. Well, that person could make reading the dictionary sound good. And so we're going to see if we're capable of doing that. This is how this works. Is we are going to put some definitions up on the screen, and you are going to tell us the manner with which we are going to read these definitions. You're going to give us an emotion, sadness, excitement, apoplectic.
Triggered.
Incredulous, pensive, and so you're going to assign a emotion, and then we're going to take turns reading the definitions one at a time, and then you have to guess the word, and you have to guess what the word is based on the definition and the way it's read. And so Brian is going to go first, and so start throwing the emotions up into the comment section, the emotions that you would like to see us read these definitions. Then we will put that emotion into our definition reading, and then you have to guess what the word is. And so our producer is now pouring over the
thousands and
hundreds and thousands. And when she finds one that she likes, there it is. It's Insane Glee.
Wow.
Insane Glee. What I like about this is I didn't even really have to explain how this game was going to work, and everybody started to go, "Oh, we're gonna combine. We're not just gleefully, but insane glee." And so the first definition is here.
Flourish a sword and sword dancing so as to produce a whistling
Okay. Okay. And center. All right. Does anybody know what that word is? Based on Brian's excellent
meltdown.
Yeah, I'm tempted to read it again, but I just don't have that much glee about it.
Come on, it's the flourish of sword and sword dancing. It's a whistling sound. It's so amazing. Yes.
That was terrifying. It was not. It was insanely gleeful.
Insanely gleeful. This is amazing. This is so freaking awesome. What are you waiting for? Type words.
All right. I haven't seen. It's not brandish. It's not flourish. It's not on guard. It's not wield. No. So if you go ahead and if you hit the button there, producer, it will show you the definition, or it'll show you the word. It's whiffle.
Whiffle.
Whiffle. Come on, it's whiffle. Oh my gosh, it's whiffle.
Is it to whiffle? It is. Holy cow! I think you're cheating, aren't you, Julia? Heavy on the insane, right? Less on the glee. There's a fine line between gleefulness and outright insanity.
Yeah, but it's a personal choice.
It's a personal choice.
It is a personal.
All right, we need a emotion for JT.
I'm like shaking after that. Like
you're releasing so much glee.
I'm feeling kind of whiffly.
I am.
All right, high anxiety, JT, and here's your definition.
To throw violently, To throw violently into the air, especially to throw a frog into the air from the end of a stick. From the end of a stick. To throw violently into the air, especially to throw a frog into the air from the end of a stick.
Excellent. And all right, what is that? What is that word? It's not harpoon.
No, it's not flick. No, it's not harpoon.
He's getting more anxious by the minute.
No, it's not flourish. Come on, man. Come on, please.
Just keep guessing flourish all night.
I can't
See,
believe
it's-
it. Nobody
taking
knows. Nobody knows the word. Nobody knows it.
Put Dustin's guess up there because it's wrong, but it's such a funny word.
No,
Yeet.
Dustin, it's not yeet. No.
No, don't like that. Somebody yeet that frog.
Please, somebody.
Somebody
Alice, say it.
Frog
it's
hurling. Nope.
Why?
Was that Brian and Morton or Robert Downey Jr.?
Yep.
Is that? Holy cow, that was disturbing. What's Julia say?
Yes, that's it.
And it is
Yes.
Spang Hugh. Very good. What a vocabulary. Me and my toast salute you. Okay. I need a motion.
Right.
And I will read the next one. I Googled the definition, to be honest. I am not surprised. Moody. Moody?
You be more general.
Moody. Like Dwight L. Moody. Okay. All right. Divination by means of movement of an axe placed on a post. All right. Divination by means of movement on an axe placed on a post. Divination by means of a movement of an axe placed on a post. Divination by means of movements of an axe placed on a post.
Did you start yet?
Did you start yet? Dad's obviously you've never been moody. No, moody means that you like change your you change moods, right? To be moody means you're happy one minute and then you're upset the next minute and then you're
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
Just
and then big modes.
Ooh.
All right. Anybody know? Anybody got it? Chopping. No, we need to give them a chance. There it is. It's not.
Those are great. I don't care. I don't care what it says. Those are great.
Divination by means of movements of an axe. Sydney's.
I've never heard of this. I mean, I've heard of using a Y-shaped twig to find water, you know.
Flarg necks.
Is
that a word?
That sounds like the worst cold medicine ever.
Sanguine.
You got a chest cold? Use Flarg neck.
That's fantastic, but wrong.
New cherry flavored Flarg necks.
New Flarg necks.
Guaranteed to cause drowsiness.
Now with half the calories.
So when you use a stick, it's called dowsing, isn't that right? To find water, don't they?
Yes.
Water divination is called dowsing. So
right.
What would you be divining with an axe? I mean,
well, it's
the direction to walk, or
Well,
Where
it's
the word comes
divinations.
from?
It's divinations by means of the movements of an axe placed on a post. JT.
So the axe actually moved on its own volition. That's
Yeah,
frightening.
it's divination by means of the movements of an axe on a post.
Just keep repeating the definition. You're not understanding. It's stimulation by means of movement of an axe placed on a post.
And I don't know. I just don't even want to talk about it anymore. That's right.
Axinomancy.
Axinomancy. Axinomancy.
Which is
I guess it would be finding water, right? Because you're divining that you don't divine for other stuff, do you? Like gravel or earthworms,
or someone to hit with it,
or someone to hit,
well,
someone to murder.
And if you've ever watched the Brendan Fraser movie The Mummy, there's a Nux and a Moon. This is similar. This is a Nux and a Moon's twin sister, Axinomancy.
Oh, and okay. I have.
Yeah.
I have
watched
it.
Good movie.
All right. Well, I wanted to. Oh, so here's the next definition. Are we doing that? Because I wanted to. Okay, we'll do one. We'll do one more. Okay. So we need an emotion, and the emotions have all scrolled out of sight now. And this one we'll each do this emotion. Like some regretting every life choice. Like someone regretting every life choice. Okay, so let's do that. We'll each do this as if we're regretting a life choice. Brian, that would be you first.
Really? Like just thorough chewing of food until it becomes porridge, just it's thorough chewing food until it becomes porridge. What are we even doing here? Until it becomes porridge. This is
JT.
Thorough chewing of food until it becomes like porridge.
Thorough chewing of food until it's just chewing and chewing and chewing until it becomes like porridge. Not even food, but porridge.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oatmeal, tapioca, porridge. Thoroughly chewing food until it becomes somebody guessed incisoring. Incisoring that food. Puree. Nope. Like you're tired of eating Flargnecks.
Flargneck stays crispy in milk, by the way.
Flargneck stays crispy in milk.
Ding,
Bling.
ding, ding.
Digestion. There we go. There
it is.
There's the word.
Way to go, Eric.
Ta-da! Yes. We and our mullet salute you. Molaristation. Blenderizing. No clue. That's probably the best.
That? Do you know what the pronunciation is? Poltophagy? Is that how you say it?
Poltophagy.
Poltophagy?
Poltophagy? Maybe. Poltophagy.
Portafagi. The portafagi. They're coming to
I
you got a good portafagi over here. What are you
I got a mouthful of porridge here. It's a portafagi. I'm a chewing, and I got the porridge, and it's dripping out, and it's on my pants. It's on my trousers. All right. We have a new thing that we want to introduce to you tonight, and those of you who were listening to our pre-show a few weeks ago, was it 3 weeks ago now? When were we doing the Louis Armstrong thing?
I think it was 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it was 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 3 weeks ago we were horsing around during the sound check, as we often do, and we started singing Louis Armstrong, and John Thomas, being a guy who knows how to play the piano and who has many songs memorized, he started playing It's What a Wonderful World, right? And Brian started singing What a Wonderful World, and they did such a good job of singing It's a Wonderful World that YouTube actually blocked out the performance. And so that struck us that disturbed us, because we thought, holy cow, if we're not careful, we're going to get in copyright infringement trouble all the time. And so the one thing led to another, and somebody pointed out that Louis Armstrong sounds an awful lot like Fat Albert when he talks. And so we had the Fat Albert Louis Armstrong connection, and then the more we talk like Fat Albert, the more we realize, hey, we're going to get blocked if we talk like Fat Albert too. So we better make sure that we're not actually talking like Fat Albert. And so another character was born, and Brian suggested that rather than being Fat Albert, that our character be called Chubby Bruce. So it's not. So what you're hearing is not Fat Albert. No, it's Chubby Bruce. It's a whole different thing. And so, different. Yeah, it's a completely different thing. And so John Thomas got to work and created a theme song for Chubby Bruce. And so we're going to debut that theme song tonight. And here it is. We made a little video.
A video too.
Yeah. There's Chubby Bruce. I did a mock-up of Chubby Bruce. And that's what I think he might look like. But there's a video down in the thing, and I'll pull it up here. All right, here it is. So here's the song.
Hey ho ho, it's Chubby Bruce. I ain't the guy you think I am. I ain't trying to pull no scam. All the guys are here now, trying to do our show underneath the radar, going with the flow. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey ho ho. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey ho ho. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey ho ho. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey ho ho.
So there's the rough draft of our concept art, and Chubby Bruce. And so this is where we need your help, because we've got the beginnings of a premise, and so Chubby Bruce, not that this is not Fat Albert, but
No,
Fat Albert had a gang of other characters that went with him, and so JT brainstormed some other characters that could be part of his gang. And do you have that list with you? Because I think I have it.
Oh, you have it? Yeah, pull it up. I can pull it up too. But
all right. Well, if you pull it, you pull it up, because because I want to put some of these characters. I want to suggest some of the names for the characters, and then you guys, if anything hits you, for how these characters might operate, how they might look, we're going to invite you to draw up some characters for this gang. So we want the Chubby Bruce gang to be representative of the comedy clique. Okay, so this is Chubby Bruce as he stands. He may be modified a little bit. I tried to make him look like he's got a sunburn. That's what I was going for.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I was trying to make it look like a bit. He looks kind of white.
Might have been from West Virginia.
Yeah, he's hey ho ho. And so JT, have you got some of the other names? All right, so
I just looked at some of the names of the Fat Albert friends, and I got inspired. Oh, I didn't say that. Sorry. But I was just thinking of some names that could be used for nicknames. Sloppy Joe was one. Bristle. Biscuit Neck.
That's my favorite.
I'm a fan of Biscuit Neck.
All right, so Biscuit Neck, know that's one of my favorites. And so if you've got I'm talking to you out there in the viewing audience. You get out your pencils, your papers, your computers, whatever, a napkin, a piece of chalk, but do some sketches of these characters and send them to us, because we want to build a gang around Chubby Bruce. And so Biscuit Neck is one that we should definitely have on and some others.
I got Brillo Pad. Hand Me Down. Stumpy.
Stumpy's great.
Yeah.
Hand Me Down.
Salad Head. I got Slow Mo. Yeah. Sweat Sock.
Hey, Sweat Sock. Oh man. Yeah.
I got
Chubby Bruce, I don't want to do that today.
Hey, what's wrong, Sweat Sock? Chubby Bruce.
It's tough being me. It's really hot out.
I need a bath.
Yeah. How about Q-Tip? I thought that was good. I actually went to high school with a guy with that nickname. Yeah.
Just so you know, Chubby Bruce doesn't run anywhere. You will not see him running across the. He does not run anywhere.
No, he doesn't.
Lumbers.
I got Hard Hat. That could be a guy who was injured in a construction accident. Or out chopping wood and a tree fell on him or something. Knee Pad.
That's my other favorite.
Knee Pad's good. Knee Pad's a good one.
Knee Pad. Chubby Bruce and his pals. Knee Pad and Biscuit Neck.
And we need a couple of names just like Randy. Just a normal name.
Yeah.
Because they're not all nicknames.
Right.
Hey, here comes Knee Pad and Randy. Where you guys been? Oh, we've been down at Skill Set's house. Him and Hammer Toe got into it again. So, Hammer Toe is a good one.
Blunderbuss.
Oh, I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Dumpster fire. Nice.
And Band Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's the guy who starts a band every week and brings it up.
Yeah. So any of these names that you like and you feel like you want to draw some artwork, some concept art for us, send it to us. And my hope is that this artwork is all going to be so many different kinds and styles that when we put it all together, it's just going to be a mess.
It'll be a village.
Yeah, it's going to be
a village. I got a few more. You may keep reading, or have we got enough?
No, that's good. No, go ahead.
Okay, Skill Set. I thought he could be like the smart one in the group.
Yep.
Skill Set.
How do we get out of this, guys? I don't know. Ask Skill Set. He
like a pocket protector and big glasses and and a crew cut.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Skill Set, huh?
Yeah.
The Eric says Res Band.
And Alice Cooper, nice, Julia. Alice Cooper, that would be hysterical.
That's so funny.
Hysterical.
And it would definitely will give Gary a shout out and see if he wants to design a character for us. Gary Marvel.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So what else is there?
I've got Shop Vac. He could be a guy with like asthma, has a hard time breathing. You know?
You can
I'm trying to watch the movie. Shop Vac, shut up.
You can do like discount rack.
Yes.
2 o'clock shadow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we're getting some great ones from the audience.
Yeah,
awesome.
O'Clock is his middle name. Barrel Boy. Cotter Pin.
Oh man.
He's gonna have 500 people in his gang.
We got Hinky and Gutter Helmet, and we got Bean Dip
and
Hoe Cake.
Oh my goodness.
Allergies.
I love it. You guys are on fire. You guys are on fire today.
Oh, this is great.
Sheepshank, Crescent Roll.
Oh, it's perfect.
Crescent Roll's brilliant. That's
awesome. You got to draw these characters, man. You draw the characters and send them to skews@johnbrandy.com is the email. Or you can drop them in at the in the Telegram group if you're there. But SCQS, SCQS@johnbrandy.com. So draw your pictures in whatever. Use crayons. Use a dirty fingernail. I don't care. But just get them to us. SCQS@johnbrandy.com.
That's great.
Deep Ditch.
I got Plunger. we all know what his problem is. Dish Rag and Snake. Roto-Rooter could be
that's good.
Plunger's brother.
They're twins.
Yeah, they're
Plunger and Roto-Rooter.
Yeah.
I think it would be funny to have Snake. You have all these eclectic characters, and Snake is actually literally a snake.
Well, there was a duck. There was a duck on the other show that followed him around. You remember him?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That other show.
How about Girls Club? He could be the ladies' man.
I thought Girls Club would actually be a girl. Like that's the sole representative, the female. Yeah. Girls Club is a funny name.
Yeah. Mom said Sue would be a good one, like the old boy named Sue. He could be like the strongest one in the group.
It's just giant hulking person.
Yeah.
Voice box Larry, something good.
We got Rorschach's owner. That would be
Rorschach's owner.
I got Clutch and Twinge. There's a couple of good ones.
Flat Lizard.
There you go.
Butt cracker.
Yes.
You got to have a token female in there, as I'm saying.
I think so.
Girls Club. She wouldn't have to be Girls Club. It could be, it could be Plunger.
The girl could be Randy. We could just give the girl a boy's name.
Yeah, or Bart.
Bart.
Girl named Bart.
Mm-hmm. And I've got Reggie and Butterbutt and Dip Dog for the last three I came up with.
Butterbutt.
They're the triplets. They're the triplets of the group. Reggie, Butterbutt, and Dip Dog.
Dip Dog.
Inseparable, those three.
Dip Dog. It'd be funny if Dip Dog had like one side of his face was all swollen out like this, but he doesn't chew. It's got a really swollen cheek. He doesn't chew. He doesn't dip.
He just takes a hot dog and dips it in there. Just holds the hot dog in his cheek.
Yeah, or you should find out in episode 3 that's where he keeps his pet squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
For 3 episodes, for 3 episodes, you wonder what's wrong with his cheek, and then one day he just spits it out in his hand, and
it's a little squirrel. or a hamster. Got a hamster stored in his cheek. You know.
That's hysterical.
Hokey smokes. That I don't want to do anything except talk about Chubby Bruce for the next next several hours.
If we get an animator going on this, we could have a Saturday morning show.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will. I have every intention of doing some rudimentary animation with this, and doing some. Once we have the characters developed, then we're going to do some little short scenes and see where it goes. But
that's great.
Yeah, it's going to be our cartoon. So you guys are absolutely going to have control and some influence over what this looks like and how it goes. So send us the pictures. Send us the sketches, however awful they are or however beautiful they are. We're going to take the whole range, and also if you got story ideas or other characters ideas, anything, any sort of inspiration that you feel around in the Chubby Bruce universe, or the Chubbyverse as it's called.
One needs to be like a stick figure named Sticky. Like it just needs to be just a poorly drawn stick figure. Yes. So everything else is drawn properly.
Sticky. Yeah.
Sticky. Just a stick figure.
Yeah.
And he's always like breaking off and like gathering up his arms and legs and running with them.
Oh,
come
that's
on,
Sticky.
You're slowing us down, man. Anybody seen Sticky's head?
I think it's in Dip Dog's cheek.
Yeah, they were playing soccer with it an hour ago.
Dip Dog.
This is going to be the best children's book series ever.
Oh, seriously, I don't want to do anything except Chubby Bruce now. I want to dedicate my life to this. All right, so there's that. You have your assignment. I am going to wait by the email box. I will not sleep now until next Sunday. I will stay awake, vigilant, waiting for the submissions to come in. So that's Chubby Bruce. Should we play the theme one more time just so that you can get it ingrained in your head? I think we should.
Okay. Just
because I love it. So can you fire the or do you want me to do it, Ms. Producer? You want me to do your job for you? Jeez.
Hey, ho, ho, it's Chubby Bruce. I ain't the guy you think I am. I ain't trying to pull no scam. All the guys are here now, trying to do our show. Underneath the radar, going with the flow. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey, ho, ho. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey, ho, ho. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey, ho, ho. Hey, guess what? Gonna do some stuff now. Hey, ho, ho.
All right. So there you have it.
After we brainstormed that list of characters, I start seeing their faces in my head.
Uh-huh. After you sent
across the screen.
Well, after you sent me the email a couple of days ago, I have not stopped thinking about them, and and Biscuit Neck is still my favorite. I'm gonna wait and see what other people do with Biscuit Neck. But
I think Biscuit Neck definitely. I would love Dumpster Fire, and it's just a dumpster that's on fire that follows them around. I think Sticky needs to be in there.
Yep.
Knee pad.
Yeah.
Knee pad and skill set.
And the triplets.
Yeah. There's so much potential. So
good.
Send us what you got. We want to. It's wide open. It's wide open. And ideas for characters. All right. I want to do at least one of these weird news things, because if we don't get to it, then we're not going to be able to do it, and it's going to make me sad. So it's time sensitive.
Okay.
So the weird news, I think it's the first one. If you want to put the first one up, and you guys can try to explain to me what that is and why it's.
Well, it's a cicada, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a ceramic cicada? Is it like a work
it
of
looks
art?
like art. Yeah.
I don't know. It might be. It might be a ceramic cicada, but that's not why its picture is up there.
Tattooed cicada? Do they have tattoo parlors for cicadas now?
It's yes, there's TeachCon has it. The 17-year cicadas are hatching.
Oh wow.
Like,
okay, so it's happening now.
it's happening. Yeah, it's already starting to happen, but it goes full speed ahead. I keep forgetting that we have those marvelous GIFs. It's Brood X, you guys. For millions of Americans, this May, so it's right around the corner, will be an extra noisy month. Once every 17 years, the periodic cicadas occur across the eastern United States, and it's expected to be big. There's going to be billions with a B of cicadas.
Wow.
And they're going to be everywhere. Billions of cicada nymphs, which have been living off of tree roots for 17 years.
Wow.
Will crawl out of the ground, shed their skin, and start feeding and looking desperately for mates. I added the desperately part. It's hard to predict the exact day the hatching will start, but according to the zoologists that are in the know about this, you can expect it sometime around May 13th. And then by mid-May, it's going to be super loud. And so if you live in the eastern part of the United States, you're going to see them everywhere. And I have every intention of doing a cicada update when they start to become numerous. Then I'll bring them in, and we'll have the ding dong update and the cicada update, and we'll figure out some way to keep it, fascinating for everybody.
I like the idea that they're desperately looking for mates. Is there going to be like a cicada app, like cicadasonly.com or something? like farmersonly.com, instead of that, it's cicadasonly.com. And
Brood X only.
Yeah, Brood X only.
And it would be and it is desperate because they don't live very long. They basically come out and in a couple of weeks they're gone. So they're not quite as frantic as the mayflies, which only live 24 hours. And they have to find a mate and reproduce, and then they die. And so mayflies are not picky. They're not choosy because they can't afford to be. The cicadas are a little more picky.
Apparently humans can't either.
Yeah. What's the next picture? All right, what is this?
Wow.
Goat surfing or whitewater kayak? What is that? That's like that's a large surfboard. No, that's a so they're like whitewater rafting, but it looks like an ocean.
Are they on their way to goat yoga?
They should be.
Nope. They're not on their way to goat yoga. Actually, Brian was right. The first thing that fell out of your face was the correct answer, Brian. Do you remember?
Oh, really? It was surfing? Goat surfing?
Goat surfing, yeah.
I thought they were actually recreating the Washington crossing the Potomac. Personally, that's what I was going for. But
yeah, it looks like
it. As cheering children and men frantically paddle their inflatable surfboard through the frothy Pacific waves onto the beach, one passenger placidly sits in the bow, taking it all in, a large white goat. Dan McGregor has always loved the thrill of catching a wave, but it wasn't until he took his pet goat surfing with him one day that he found his true calling. I got one goat to clear my poison oak in the backyard, and I decided to take it surfing on my birthday, and then I just ended up surfing goats. His goat surfing journey began almost 10 years ago. And that's how it starts, really.
Yeah.
You've got a goat in the backyard, and you think, well, I'm going to take it surfing. I'm going to teach it to rollerblade.
Yeah.
I'm going to
bungee cord, bungee jumping, skydiving.
Right? Yeah, there's goats are quite flexible.
They're really into extreme sports. The goats are. They do a lot of base jumping and
curling.
Yeah. So his pet goat is basically he now teaches children how to surf using his pet goats. And so basically, if the goat can do it, then the kid can do it. See what I did there? All right. We got one more. And then we have to be done. So what's this?
This is paper mache horse surfing. He's just getting ready. He doesn't have a goat, but he's got a paper mache horse. So he's
look at all the empty water bottles. What are they doing back there?
Mm-hmm. So some sort of like Paul Revere recycling gentleman, because he's recycling the shopping bags. It looks like to make his outfit. I don't know what he's holding in his right hand. Oh, that looks like tape, Scotch tape.
Yep.
It is Scotch tape. Good, very good.
He's kind of got a Heath Ledger haircut. This looks like a New York apartment. It really does.
Nah, it's too big. It's too big.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's too spacious. This is in Australia. This guy is an Australian. So Jasmine probably knows all about it.
So this is how he's fighting swooping season with paper mache, paper bag horse. He is the swoop ranger. The swoop ranger, ladies and gentlemen. The magpie swoop ranger.
He was in quarantine. This is a quarantine project. And he is director of the art director for the Sydney from Sydney, Australia. Thought he might take up juggling and spend his quarantine listening to music instead of turning himself into the paper cowboy. After quarantine in the UK, he expected another long 2 weeks on his way back to Australia. So he bought himself a portable speaker and juggling balls, which are just regular balls. I mean, there's no there's no juggling balls. However, just 3 days into his quarantine in a hotel in Brisbane, Australia, he found inspiration from his lunch, at least the paper bowl holding his lunch. That's a hat if I add a brim to it, he told himself. And that was the beginning of the cowboy and the vest and the chaps. So he built himself a vest and the chaps and the hat, and then he still had time left over and bags, and so that's when he constructed his horse. Okay. And so if you there's one more slide of him. If you flip that to the next slide, you'll see that he actually developed a nemesis too, and there's the nemesis. So that's how he spent his quarantine. And I think the reason that he did that was because he didn't have a goat that he could teach to surf or ski or whatever.
And he called himself the paper cowboy. Is that what
he called himself? The paper cowboy.
Okay. When lockdown ends, he needs to be in a different lockdown. Yeah, because he is clearly he's got some issues.
Well, but look at all, but I mean, that's a better use of your time than just complaining, isn't it? True. Isn't it?
Yeah, and he made it on the SCQS.
Yeah, he made it big time.
He's arrived.
Yeah,
he never dreamed of making this show.
Yeah, he is nominated for a SCQS.
There you go.
I think we need to add Paper Cowboy to Chubby Bruce's gang.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. It was very fun. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's time for the Snappy Wrap-Up. And the Snappy Wrap-Up, I've been accused of not being snappy in describing the Snappy Wrap-Up. And so tonight's Snappy Wrap-Up is going to be done by JT, and he's going to yodel it.
Okay.
So I will see you next week. Bye.
Here is a snappy wrap-up for you tonight, and I am singing it now. And join the click on johnbanyan.com. Yodelay, 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 hee-hoo. and check out the Comedian Next Door podcast. Only at the FLFNetwork.com. Vacay with Comics is August 20th to 22nd. Details on the website. Details on the website. Details on the website. Find JP Oaks at JohnThomasOaks.com. Find Brian April at ComedyBrian.com. Find Joanne DeVivo at CastingCrowns.com.